Hi friends, it's Miss Colleen from Discovery Hill. Now Discovery Hill is a native habitat garden, and when we say native, that means that all the plants that we grow here in our garden are native to Texas, and that means they've been here in this area a long time. They know how to grow here. They don't need a whole lot of help from us. They're well adapted to this environment. So, many of them we know and love. Some of them we know and maybe don't love so much, like poison ivy. It's a native plant to Texas, and a question I get from a lot of students when they visit Discovery Hill is that poison ivy? You want to know what it looks like. So I want to show you some real poison ivy and some plants that are tricky and look a little like poison ivy. And they look very similar, but they're not. Okay, so I'm here along our fence line where we have several different, well, lots of different plants and several vines that are growing. So I want to start down here. You'll see this plant here. It's just starting to grow. It eventually will want to grow up this fence as a vine. If you notice, it's just starting out, and this is poison ivy for sure. One thing you can see is that it has 3 leaves, and the old saying goes, leaves of 3, leave me be. And there are 3 leaves that fall down from each stem. You notice that? And there's a whole patch of this poison ivy coming up right here. So continue walking along, and here this flowering vine here, that's called cross vine. And it's not so tricky. This doesn't really look very much like poison ivy. You would know that's not poison ivy. But if we keep going, right over here, here's another one that can trick a lot of people. So this vine grows in a lot of places and loves to climb up things in Texas. But it is called Virginia creeper. And you'll notice that on each stem of Virginia creeper, how many leaves do you see? Oh, it's so windy, it's hard to tell. Let's get one still. Count those leaves. How many do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 leaves on each stem of a Virginia creeper. That is not poison ivy. I hope you enjoyed this video learning how to identify poison ivy and spot the difference between some imposter plants that look very similar. I think it's a good rule of thumb, if you see a plant and you're not sure whether or not it's poison ivy, just don't touch it. That's the best plan. But if you are curious on how to spot those differences, I hope you found this video helpful. I think it's a good thing for all of us to know what poison ivy looks like, because it does grow in a lot of spots around where we live. So it's a good thing to know, but if you do see it, don't touch it, okay? You can get a pretty itchy rash. I hope you visit again. Thank you for visiting me today and coming out and learning at Discovery Hill. Thanks for joining me today at Discovery Hill. I hope to see you again soon. What will you find when you play outside?